Hello Internet! It has been ages. I'm sorry. There should have been a couple of text entries in here too, but typing is getting hard and it's getting more difficult to convince myself that it's worth bothering. So you would think there would be more videos, but I haven't bothered to do that anyway. I suck. Let's just agree on that and move on. Have a lot to say. We'll see how much of it I actually remember to say. Primarily, I wanted to give you an update on clinic day. Not a lot of changes. Luckily, my breathing is still actually on the high side of normal. My swallowing is fine. So, again, sorry, Yanto is trying to climb behind the monitor and he's going to disconnect. Shit. Come on, cat, stop sucking. Breathing, swallowing, just fine. We're talking about getting me into different braces because the ones I have are really flexible, which is great, but they're not so great at stopping the foot slapping when I walk. So that's becoming more pronounced, so I need more support. So on the 30th, we're going to have an appointment to talk about my alternatives for that. What else? Gonna get me a bench for the shower. I have a chair in there right now, but it is a bit too big for my tub, and eventually I'm not going to be able to like hoist myself over the bathtub to even get into the chair anyway. So the bench, sit on the bench, swing your legs over, scooch over, much easier. What else? No update on the clinical research. The ALS Research Symposium is coming up soon, I believe next weekend. So hopefully I'll have things to report on that. The guy who's doing that particular study is one of the keynote speakers, so I'm really hoping to get a chance to talk to him. We'll see how that goes. What else? I had my second fall in public while attending the opera. The Keller Theater, where it has a kind of drastic decline in the floor, going down into the seating, and I knew that, so I purposely got seats way in the back, but apparently it was still too much. I was fine going down, I was leaning on Jay, and when I tried to swivel to get to my seat, which was on the aisle, I just went down. And it bruised the hell out of my knee, broke a nail. Mostly it just injured the hell out of my dignity because, of course, everyone's like, oh my god, can I help you? And my first thought when I fall is not, oh my god, am I okay? This hurts so bad. What's going on? It's always, how the fuck am I going to get back up? So while I'm actually looking around, because my phone skidded off out of my hand, I'm looking around for that, and how am I going to get back up? Jay, superhero dude, just comes in from behind and sweeps his arm up under mine and just picks me up, while Tamara, also Wonder Woman, just hauls me to my feet before I even really had time to think about it. They were amazing. And they were totally cool about it, brushed it off like, yeah, no big deal, but just move on and not mention it. Whereas the usher kept coming back, are you okay? Do you need ice? Do you need anything? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I would like to forget that this ever happened, if that's possible. It's never possible. So that sucked. Yeah, like I mentioned, typing is getting really hard. I actually bought a split keyboard at work, so I can type more like this now. I'm gonna take a video of how my hands go now when I type, because it is ridiculous. The contortions that I have to do. Yeah, that sucks. Also sucking is my housekeeping. Um, I have been joking with some people that with ALS, the first thing to go is not your hand strength or your voice or whatever, it's the housekeeping. Um, that's actually the thing I've been struggling with the most lately. It's coming to terms with being okay with how difficult it is to do the most mundane shit anymore. Um, like running the vacuum cleaner. I can't because I don't have the strength to keep myself upright and moving while leaning on a moving object. I just can't. And that sucks. Um, simple things like carrying stuff to wherever it goes. In my living room, I have just piles of stuff because I got the mail and then I just put it there. And then I got a package from somewhere, so I just put it there. And I'll take the dishes into the sink, but more often than late, I've been using disposable cutlery and plates because it's just easier. Um, So all of this stuff is really hard, and it's more stuff that I just can't do anymore, and I'm having a hard time allowing myself to mourn that loss of ability and be okay with not being able to get it done. I still feel like I need to have a perfectly kept apartment, even though I had a hard enough time with that before I was disabled, but beating myself up because there are clothes all over my house because that's where they happened to be when I was done with them. And the one time I had a really bad fall in my own house was when I was scooping up a bunch of laundry. It was too much for me to carry. Fucking laundry! Too heavy! Um, so, yeah, I was probably hearing the bus outside the handicap ramp. Yay for the open window. Um, yeah, coming to terms with not really being able to do that stuff anymore and being apologetic when people come over, even though they perfectly understand, like, dude, you have ALS. It's okay that this carpet has not been vacuumed in a couple of weeks. It's fine. It's all good. But I'm having a hard time giving myself that same permission. And again, with other people, it's a lot easier. Like, dude, yeah, let me help you do the dishes. Let me help you do your laundry. Let me help you whatever. And I can't accept that same help for myself. But, bright side is that I have a very, very amazing friend named Amanda. And I went with her to visit her family in another place while she tied up her father's affairs, and we hung out and bonded, and it was actually really cool. She's an amazing person, and you should know her. But one of the things to come out of that conversation was she wanted to know how she could help me. And she perfectly understood the whole having a hard time asking your friends to come over and help you do the cleaning because it's your friends and all of your stuff, and there's a primal embarrassment to it, but there's also an invasion of privacy. Like, as much as I love my friends, hi, I love you, I don't want you folding my underwear. It's a little weird. And having somebody paid to do that is so much better because that's what they do, and they've seen so much worse, and it's fine, and I'm not inconveniencing someone I love, I'm paying someone to do a job, and that is so much easier. And because of that conversation, she actually arranged for me to have someone come over tomorrow, and for 3 hours they're gonna help me clean, which is awesome. But of course it's me, so I'm freaking out about having the place in a state where somebody can come in and tidying up for the cleaning crew. It's dumb. But just looking around my apartment, like, what can I have somebody do? Because I can't really point at something and say, clean that, because I have to arrange things first. I have to put the toiletries away. You don't know where they go, all of my makeup and stuff, so it's hard to clean the kitchen or the bathroom counter. I have stuff all over the kitchen counters, so you don't know where that goes, so I can't just tell you to clean. I have to put things away, so there's all this prep. And of course I've been running ragged about it when I need to not stress at all. She's here to help. And the service that she found called Synergy, as much as I hate that word because of Intel, they seem pretty cool. So tomorrow is the first day. We'll see how that goes. Else, work has been a total shit show. Yeah, it's been super stupid and stressful. So I don't really even have, because there's usually a separation at home. I am the disabled person struggling with ALS in my unclean apartment, and I can either choose to engage with that or I can play video games and ignore it. But then there's work, and usually I can shut that part off while I work, and work has its own, there's the disabled part of me that's not able to do stuff, but I have a job and I know what to do. And that whole section of my life has been in complete turmoil lately. And I'm sure you've probably read about it in the news. Intel getting rid of 12,000 people. And I still have a job. But them firing just random people without any regard to what function they actually serve has, surprise, bit us in the ass. Certain vital functions and teams no longer have employees to do that stuff. So all of that is just kind of slowly collapsing like a flan in the cupboard. And still waiting to see how all that turns out. And, oh! House! Yeah. I can't be as lackadaisical about the work situation as much as I would like to, because, you know, I have a guaranteed way out in disability, but I can't find a fucking place to live. There's nothing. Portland is, the housing market here is really fucked up right now. Everything is super, super crazy expensive. It was crazy expensive when I moved into this apartment where I'm paying more than I was for my fucking mortgage on a 4-bedroom house with an amazing yard. But it's even worse now, and there is nothing out there in my price range at all. Like, I would need to pay $300,000 to be able to find something that I can live in. Because anywhere I go, I'm going to have to do major renovations and knock out the bathroom and all of this shit. But, so, the one shining alternative that has reared its head has been a manufactured house, which they're a lot nicer than they used to be. I could live in one, and I could have it built to suit. And I can afford that. They're a lot cheaper. Like, the $300,000 house would be like $80K if I bought it manufactured. The problem I'm having right now is finding a fucking place to put one. I don't want to live in a park. I don't. And ideally I would find a slice of land big enough to put 2 homes on so that my brother and his family could live nearby but not have us all up in each other's faces all the time. But I can't even find land. that I can afford, as well as the manufactured house. I mean, the manufactured house would be like $400 or $500 a month, depending what I get, and then I have to buy land on top of that, which you wouldn't think would be that expensive, but then there's just nothing out there. And then there's the cost of running electricity, water, sewer, etc. out to that land, and paying to have it developed so you can put a house there. Or you can pay $200,000 to have a postage stamp of something within the city limits that have rules out the ass about what can and cannot happen there, so that's no good. Yeah, so I'm freaking out about that, but there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Just like there's nothing I can do about my house cleaning except acquiesce to Amanda's assistance, which is amazing. She's agreed to pay for that for a while, so I will use up what she has donated to that and then decide if I want to continue with that or if I want to pay for it out of the CrowdRise account, which, again, thank you guys for that. It's amazing. Thank you for the bed. Or I want to just budget for it out of my monthly dollars while I can. But I will burn that bridge when I come to it. For now, I gotta do more house prep for this woman to come tomorrow. Primarily because this guy, who is ancient, decides that pretty much anywhere is his toilet because he's 22 years old, and what are you gonna do about it? And yeah, I don't want a strange woman having to walk into my apartment filled with cat shit, so I gotta run the spot bot a million times because I can't run my steam cleaner either. Because again, with the pushing and the balance, and it just doesn't work. So spot bot, walk away. Spot bot, walk away. And it's stupid. Thank you for making my life more difficult. I love you. I really, really do. Mwah. Wow, I prattled on for 17 minutes, almost 18, so I'm gonna shut up now. But yeah, that's the update. That's where things are. Primarily, life is kind of a shit show, but I'm getting through, and things will become less complicated. Hopefully soon. But they will. And tomorrow I will have a cleaner apartment, at least in some capacity. Maybe I'll have it fold all of my laundry. I don't know. I'm gonna ever make my bed. Yeah. I'm gonna ever change my sheets. It's gonna be awesome. Can't do that anymore either. Yeah. That's gonna be rad. Okay. I will report back later how all of that went. There's a couple of text posts that I want to do, but again with the typing. But I have Dragon, and I need to get more familiar with using that. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I didn't expect that I would even have this much to say, but I did. So there you go, because it's been a very long time since I've checked in with y'all, and I'm sorry for that. So, yeah. I will talk to you later. Say goodbye, Farm. Bye, Farm! Goodbye! Oh, life is so hard for you, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, bye.